They didn't want you to know. They thought they could keep it quiet. But the signs, for those of us watching, have been screaming. And now the Federal Reserve, the very heartbeat of global finance, has made a move, a declaration, that rips the veil away. It's a confirmation of something so monumental, so utterly revolutionary, it will redefine not just crypto, but the very fabric of your financial future. What if I told you right now that the biggest reveal about XRP and its ultimate destiny just came directly from the powers that be? This isn't speculation. This is fact. And the implications are staggering. Stay with me because what I'm about to show you will change everything. For years, we've watched the slow grinding machinery of traditional finance. Sluggish, expensive, opaque. But beneath the surface, a new bloodstream has been forming, a digital circulatory system. At its core, stablecoins. You might hear talk of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, like some futuristic, government-controlled money. But the truth is, stablecoins, those digital dollars, euros or yen, are already here. They've quietly, almost stealthily, replaced the need for many CBDCs. Think of it like this: if CBDCs are the government-manufactured, carefully vetted antibiotics for the financial system, stablecoins are the naturally evolving, more agile immune response the market built on its own. They're faster, they're cheaper, and they're already making up over 1.1% of the entire global M2 money supply. This isn't just about convenience, it's about control. And it's the battleground where the future of money will be decided. Now, here's where the plot thickens. Many people, even in our own community, scratched their heads when they saw this. At first glance, putting a giant like USDC, a stablecoin backed by behemoths like BNY Mellon, directly onto the XRP ledger seemed counterintuitive. Even contradictory to Ripple's own stablecoin, Roust. Why would Ripple, the very company pushing its own digital dollar, actively embrace its supposed competitor? This isn't competition, my friends. This is a masterstroke. A brilliant strategic move that reveals Ripple's true intentions. But what exactly does it clarify? And why is the Federal Reserve suddenly echoing Ripple's decades-old philosophy? The answer lies in something far deeper than mere market share. It's about infrastructure. And the level playing field everyone is now talking about. Remember the summer of 2024? Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, made headlines by suggesting the government might target Tether. Immediately, Tether's CEO lashed out, misinterpreting it as an attack, a competitive jab. But that's precisely what they missed. Ripple has never been about swallowing up the stablecoin market. They're not trying to compete with Circle or Tether to become the dominant issuer. That's a tiny sandbox, a distraction. Ripple has one singular unwavering goal: the Internet of Value. Think of it like the early days of the Internet. Before the World Wide Web, you had isolated networks. The Internet of Value envisions a world where any currency, traditional fiat, stablecoins, CBDCs, can move across any border, instantly, securely, and with zero friction. This isn't just XRP Ripple news, it's the core of their original vision. Stablecoins, those tokenized fiat currencies, are becoming the foundational layer for this Internet of Value. They're the digital blood cells now coursing through the global financial system. So when you see USDC, a major stablecoin, launch on the XRP ledger, it's not a competitive move. It's an affirmation. It's the proof that the XRP ledger is becoming the infrastructure for all regulated digital money. It means Ripple isn't fighting the tide, they're building the riverbed. And this riverbed is where all future money will flow. This strategic vision, however, needed a catalyst. It needed a name. A giant in the financial world to step forward and say, "We believe." And that's exactly what happened. BNY Mellon, one of the oldest and largest banks in America, with trillions under custody, made an announcement that shook the financial world. They weren't just dabbling in crypto. They were diving headfirst into Ripple's very own stablecoin, Roust. But why is this so much more than just a big bank getting involved? Why did Bob Way, a visionary in this space, perfectly capture the sentiment by saying, "Nobody wants to be first, but everyone wants to be second"? What kind of domino effect is he talking about? And what does this mean for XRP and the XRP ledger itself? BNY Mellon was selected as the primary reserve custodian for Ripple's enterprise-grade stablecoin, Roust. Let that sink in. This isn't a small partnership, it's a profound strategic alliance. It means BNY Mellon, with its impeccable reputation and vast network, is jointly committed to paving the way for digital asset adoption at an institutional scale. They are literally bridging the gap between centuries of traditional finance and the nascent, explosive cryptocurrency ecosystems. It's like the financial system's central nervous system, suddenly integrating with a lightning-fast, digital peripheral nervous system. This isn't just about one bank. This is about trust. Imagine hundreds, even thousands of institutional players, hedge funds, asset managers, corporations, who have been waiting on the sidelines, nervous about the wild west of crypto. They needed a safe harbor, a trusted gateway. BNY Mellon just opened that gate. Bob Way's quote, "Nobody wants to be first, but everyone wants to be second," is now proving prescient. BNY Mellon just took the first brave leap. And now, the floodgates are about to open. We are on the precipice of witnessing a tsunami of institutional capital pouring into ROUSD, further solidifying its position, and by extension, legitimizing the very rails it runs on, the XRP ledger and XRP itself. But I know what some of you are thinking. Roust is mostly on Ethereum. How does that help XRP? It's a valid concern, and many have tried to use it to dismiss Ripple's vision. They point to Ethereum's dominance in DeFi and stablecoins today. But they're missing the bigger picture. They're failing to see the inevitable fundamental shift that's already underway. What happens when the demand for tokenized assets, for institutional DeFi, for scalable stablecoin use, becomes too immense? What happens when that congested highway of Ethereum finally hits its breaking point, like a clogged artery, no longer able to sustain the flow? And if it's not Ethereum, then what network is the Federal Reserve quietly favoring for the future of digital payments? We've already seen institutions making the jump. JP Morgan, for example, quietly transitioned its JP Morgan coin, now Onyx, from private Ethereum tech to public chains. And guess what? It wasn't Ethereum. The writing is on the wall: inefficiencies, scalability bottlenecks, and the need for truly decentralized high-throughput networks will force a change. And this is where the Federal Reserve steps in, with an urgency that few understand. Just days ago, the Federal Reserve's FedWire Fund Service officially launched ISO 20022. This isn't just some boring financial standard. Think of ISO 20022 as the new universal language for financial messaging. It's like upgrading the entire global financial communication system from Morse code to high-speed fiber optics. It unlocks the ability for new technologies, DLTs, blockchains, and yes, stablecoins, to be seamlessly integrated. It's the critical first step towards the future. But the true bombshell came from Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller. This is a man whose words carry immense weight. Waller, who famously told us back in 2024 that stablecoins reinforce the dollar and that the Fed was very open to embracing them, long before Jerome Powell ever gave his public nod, just delivered a powerful message. He said, "Nothing is evolving faster or being more disruptive than the payments industry." He's acknowledging the revolution. And then the kicker: stablecoins will foster competition in payments, forcing banks to compete. Waller then used a brilliantly simple analogy to explain stablecoins to a wider audience, an analogy designed not to scare people. Stablecoins are just a new method for making a payment. It's like going to a casino, getting poker chips that match a dollar, moving them around the tables, then cashing them out at the end of the night. He's stripping away the crypto mystique and presenting stablecoins as pure, unadulterated payment technology. Fast. 24/7. Cheaper cross-border. No interest. Fully backed. He's pushing for competition to drive down costs for you, the consumer. But then he said something that should make every XRP holder sit up and listen. I want a level playing field. If you're going to introduce a stablecoin, let the banks in on it too. Then go compete. A level playing field. Think about that phrase. Who else has been demanding a level playing field for decentralized, compliant digital assets for over a decade? Who has been battling regulatory uncertainty, pushing for clear rules of engagement in the digital asset space since 2016? The answer is Ripple. So when you hear a Federal Reserve governor echoing Ripple's long-held mantra, what does that truly signify? It signifies a profound convergence. This isn't just coincidence. It's the result of years of meticulous, strategic engagement. Consider this: Lauren Boland, Ripple's head of public policy and government, was in a private meeting back in 2024 with Nellie Leong, the Undersecretary for Domestic Finance. This wasn't some public conference. This was a closed-door discussion with the key players shaping the future of finance. And who was at that table? Paxos, Chainlink, Stellar, Circle, and Ripple. This isn't just about XRP crypto, it's about deep, ingrained integration. Ripple isn't just part of the financial system, they're influencing its very design. And now the ultimate confirmation: Ripple has applied for a bank charter to become Ripple National Trust Bank. This isn't just about legitimacy, it's about access. This bank charter paves the way for the Federal Reserve itself to hold Roust reserves directly. Think about that. Roust, Ripple stablecoin, directly tied into the FedWire Fund Service and the FedNow instant payment system. This elevates Roust from a mere digital asset to a crucial integrated component of the U.S. financial system. It's like the financial system giving its own, official immune system booster shot to specific digital assets, making them seamlessly compatible and utterly resilient. And here's the bombshell, the absolute confirmation of this entire strategy, brilliantly articulated by Jungle Incorporated. The XRP ledger will be bridged to the Federal Reserve. Ripple's plan for a U.S. banking license isn't just regulatory, it's revolutionary. With ROUSD, Ripple will issue stablecoins on the XRP ledger backed by dollars held directly at the Federal. That's right. The XRP ledger becomes an extension of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. An extension of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. This means ROUSD isn't just a token, it's a digital IOU for real, Fed-held cash, redeemable and instantly settled on a decentralized blockchain. And here's the critical part, no other blockchain has this yet. Not USDC, not USDT, not PayPal. Ripple is building this bridge. This is how Ripple wins. They're not fighting the system. They're becoming part of it. If approved, Ripple will control the rails, the stablecoin, and the settlement layer. This isn't just big for XRP, it's the blueprint for crypto's future inside global finance. But if Ripple is becoming so deeply ingrained, so centralized, what does this mean for the true decentralized power of XRP itself? How can something so pivotal, so crucial, remain decentralized when it's linked to the very core of global finance? This is the silent revolution that's been brewing for years. Scott Bent, another giant in the financial world, even declared that stablecoins may be the dollar's next global anchor. This isn't just a bold statement, it's an acknowledgement of an unstoppable force. The Fed knows it. The banks know it. And Ripple, for over a decade, has been preparing for it. They've been building the infrastructure, forging the relationships, and yes, tirelessly working to ensure that XRP is that essential bridge currency between all these stablecoins, between all these digital fiat currencies. This isn't just XRP Ripple news anymore. This is the global financial reset happening before our very eyes. Think about the image I showed you before, a mosaic of global currencies. We already have the Brazilian real stablecoin on the XRP ledger. We have a euro stablecoin. Multiple USD stablecoins. A Japanese yen stablecoin is inevitable given Ripple's deep ties to Japan. Even the Digital Pound Foundation is talking about a digital pound. That's 5 out of the 8 major global currencies already converging or poised to converge on the XRP ledger. This isn't a theory, it's a living, breathing reality unfolding daily. This vision, where XRP is the decentralized, lightning-fast, incredibly efficient bridge currency connecting every single one of these tokenized fiats and CBDCs, it is not just in play, it is winning. It's winning because it's the most logical, most efficient, and most compliant solution for global value transfer. So when the Federal Reserve's top brass speaks about stablecoins, about a level playing field, about the disruption of payments, about connecting digital assets to their balance sheet, they are in essence, revealing the XRP bombshell without ever having to utter the name directly. They are confirming the very future that Ripple has been building for over a decade. The ultimate revelation? XRP is not just a crypto asset. It is the critical, decentralized, real-time gross settlement layer that makes this entire new global financial system function. It's the immune system, the nervous system, the very lifeblood of tokenized finance. It's the asset that will ensure liquidity, speed, and cost efficiency as trillions of dollars, euros, yen, and pounds tokenize and move on-chain. The Fed's actions, their words, their strategic moves, they are the ultimate validation. They know that to achieve their vision of a faster, cheaper, more efficient payment system, they need the rails. They need the bridge. They need XRP. You came here curious about a bombshell, and now you have it. You now understand the profound connections, the strategic plays, and the inevitable future that is rapidly approaching. This isn't just about making money, it's about understanding the shift in power, the evolution of money itself, and positioning yourself for a future where you are empowered. The time for action is now. Don't just watch this revolution unfold, be a part of it. If you found this insight invaluable, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe for more deep dives, and turn on those notifications so you never miss another crucial update that can impact your financial future. And if you're ready to dive even deeper into exactly how these global shifts are impacting specific assets, you must watch my next video where I break down the top 3 altcoins poised to explode after the XRP bombshell. The link is on your screen right now and in the description. Your financial future awaits. Don't just stand there. Click that video, and let's go.